Welcome back to the channel. Again, we dive into the fascinating topic, puberty. Puberty involves two major systems, the reproductive system and the endocrine system. Key organs such as the hypothalamus, pituitary gland, adrenal glands, ovaries, and testes release hormones that drive the changes of this stage. These hormones influence nearly every system in the body, leading to both internal and visible transformations. Neurons in the hypothalamus that produce gonadotropin-releasing hormone, GnRH, are responsible for triggering the onset of puberty. Their pulsatile release of GnRH initiates the physiological changes that occur during this stage. GnRH then stimulates the gonadotropic cells of the anterior pituitary gland to secrete luteinizing hormone, LH, and follicle-stimulating hormone, FSH. These hormones act on the Leydig and Sertoli cells in the testes to regulate male reproductive function. FSH and LH also stimulates the growth and maturation of ovarian follicles and trigger ovulation in female, which in turns causing the release of estradiol and progesterone. During puberty, the skeletal system grows, muscles develop, and the circulatory and respiratory systems undergo rapid expansion. In female, rising levels of estrogen and testosterone act on receptors in the limbic system, fueling the sex drive while also contributing to greater emotional sensitivity and impulsivity. Let's take a closer look on a few changes specifically happen in males. In boys, the earliest sign of puberty is usually an increase in testicular size. This growth results from the development of the seminiferous tubules. During puberty, luteinizing hormone, LH, stimulates Leydig cells to produce testosterone, while follicle-stimulating hormone, FSH, promotes sperm production by Sertoli cells. Boys typically experience their first ejaculation about a year after testicular growth begins. However, this first ejaculation does not necessarily indicate fertility, which is usually achieved about a year later. The growth of pubic hair at the base of the penis usually occurs alongside testicular enlargement. At first, the hairs are fine, straight, and light in color, but as puberty advances, they become darker, curlier, and thicker. About 2 years after pubarche begins, hair growth typically extends to the underarms, chest, and face. Penile growth follows testicular enlargement. The penis first increases in length, then in width, accompanied by enlargement of the glans penis and the corpus cavernosum. The adolescent growth spurt is driven by the rising levels of sex steroids that stimulates the release of growth hormone, which in turn increases insulin-like growth factor 1, IGF-1, production. IGF-1 promotes body growth through its metabolic effects, such as enhancing trabecular bone development. After the growth spurt in boys, the larynx and vocal cords enlarge, causing the voice to crack before settling into a deeper pitch. There are 5 Tanner stages commonly used for clinical assessments for pubertal development in boys. In boys, genital development is rated from 1, pre-adolescent, to 5, adult. Stage 2 marks the onset of pubertal development and is characterized by an enlargement of the scrotum and testis and by a change in the texture and a reddening of the scrotal skin. Pubic hair stages are rated from 1, pre-adolescent, no pubic hair, to 5, adult, and stage 2 marks the onset of pubic hair development. Although pubic hair and genital are represented as synchronous in the illustration, they do not necessarily track together and should be scored separately. In normal boys, stage 2 pubic hair develops at an average of 12 to 20 months after stage 2 genital development. And that brings us to the end of today's deep dive into male puberty. We've seen how hormones from the brain and pituitary gland kickstart the process, how the testes and penis grow, how pubic and body hair develops, and how boys go through a growth spurt that even changes their voice. All of these changes happen step by step, guided by powerful interactions between the reproductive and endocrine systems. Remember, puberty is a natural process that everyone experiences in their own time. Some changes may come earlier, others later, but they all work together to prepare the body for adulthood. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more science-based content on human biology. Drop your questions or thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. Keep questioning, keep exploring, and never stop being curious about the science of life.